I'm just gonna put my foot on the floor and I'm not lifting till I see God or a checkered flag.
My man.
Yeah.
Well, what an advertisement there. This man here has just won an outstanding Caterham race there. Congratulations to Max Haynes.
When we see the 5-second board go up, it's very loose 5 seconds these days, but even so, the ball will go up. Then watch the red lights on the gantry to kick off the 150s. And then the 135s will go moments later, started by the Union Jack. There goes the board. So Jamie Elwood wants to try and make it 2 wins from 2 on the Silverstone GP circuit, but he knows he's got a very hungry pack of caterers behind him looking to try and deny him. Red lights up for the second time for the P4 Motors United Caterham Graduates Championship. Off go the Sigma 150s, and is that Jamie Elwood off? Yes, he is. Jamie Elwood with a poor start to the pole sitter, doesn't get away cleanly at all. A disastrous start for Jamie Elwood, right to the back of the Sigma 150 group. So he's got lots of work to do here from practically, what, 26th now? Right to the back of the field. Disastrous start for the reigning champion. Down towards the first couple of corners, it's going to be Winrow who leads the way, followed by, looks like, Stephen Clark in second place. Off go to one cross on the queuing. There's got Steve Merritt alongside him as they run parallel down towards Cops, and looks like the queue will sweep across and in race number 1 and take the lead. And also up there in third place with a strong start too is Thomas Gunter. He started on the inside of row 3, quickly moves himself out into third place, picking up a couple of cars from the Kronik's test. It looks though, despite the mishap that the champion leader off pole position, Andy, everyone else has got through just about. Touching with fingers crossed, touching with fingers on the whistle, and head back down towards Stone Corner and the second part of the lap of the leaders. These guys are making the ones to hang straight for the first time. It's all action for the lead.
Yes, it is. Down towards the club chicane for the first time. Then challenge on the inside for Stephen Clark. He snatches a break in the number 3 car. Does move into the lead, then gets ahead of 99. That's Matt Haynes, who started 8th. He's already battling for the lead. Of course he is. Through the club chicane for the first time and then out onto the Lewis Hamilton straight. Already, a couple of cars drifting wide beyond those white lines. We saw that such a talking point after race 1 with track limits. They've got to be careful running beyond the edge of those curves. Elwood, I presume, did get back up to speed. It looked at first as though maybe he had a gearbox issue. The car was lurching forward down the start-finish straight, but there's somewhere in the back of this pack, obviously given his impeccable racecraft that he's demonstrated over the years. Once again, just getting back into contention. 25 minutes is up. The field stream through club. The leaders, though, heading out onto the Wellington Straight. Stephen Clark, I think, has established himself back out in the lead of the race. Max Haynes up there battling as well, but that will probably have all changed by the time we arrive at Brooklands Corner.
In typical Caterham fashion, it probably will have done. Here comes Ben Winrow, darting to the inside, tries to shoot the gap between Haynes. He's going for it, massively shooting the gap there between the pair of them. Can he get it stopped? Yes, he can. Fantastic stuff from Ben Winrow. I don't want to borrow a line from John Hindrock, but that was like a video game, straight through the middle. He shot through the gap, saw the opportunity, and straight into the lead to end lap number 1 in the lead for what was the front row of the grid. Back to the front of the field goes Ben Winrow. Excellent racecraft to dive past both of them and just find that opportunity, find that gap to get past. It's practically 3 abreast across the line together. They come across, the top 3 covered by the massive margin of 75 thousandths of a second. And look at Harry Kramer down the inside of all 3 of them. Kramer comes from 4th to almost 2nd. They're 3 wide on the exit 2. Here comes Theo Fiato in 5th position. He wants to try and get in the mix also. And then look, Winrow's got 2 wheels on the grass heading up towards Maggots. They're all going to come piling in together. Who comes out on top of this? It's Max Haynes. Secondly for Stephen Clark. 3rd for Winrow. 4th for Kramer. Look at Fiato trying to go round the outside of Becky's Chapel for the next corner. Fiato does make his stick and through he goes. As for James Elwood, he came across the line in 15th. He's got some work to do from the back there. In the 135s, it is going to be, I think it's Giles Derry who leads the way, but it might well be, I think it might have come through. It is going to be, it was queuing led, but Merritt, I think, just behind, took the lead going into Cox. Queuing has got it back now, so the queuing for Merritt, Gunter for Derry, and I think for Bergbaum a further 1.5 seconds back. This lot haven't calmed down at all, and it's only lap number 2. It's now Clark back to the lead, side by side between Max Haynes and Ben Winrow. Now for Theo Fiati, who's charging along in the second race, up to third almost, round the outside. He'll get the toe from Ben Winrow as they go through the second part of the club corner. Everyone's grouping together here now. I said it in race number 1, the harder the cars in front fight each other, the easier it is for the cars around them to start closing back in, and that lead group just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's 5 at the moment. It's going to be hard to fill by the time we get the next couple of laps on it.
And this is why I'm not counting Jamie Elwood out. He gained 10 places on the opening lap because he was stone dead last going into Cobb's Corner, was 15th. 15th at the end of the opening lap. Probably going to be in the top 10 by the end of this one, and that means he's in the lead group. But a damage there to the front of the 99 machine of Max Haynes, maybe. He's up into second position now with third. In all, Stephen Clark seems able to hold on to the lead, doesn't he? A few people have challenged when he was in the lead at this point on the previous lap. They don't lead down at Brooklands Corner, but he seems to find himself at the front more often than not with 4 abreast for the race lead. Winrow to the inside and gets the lead away. And round the outside, who's that challenging for second place?
Kramer, Harry Kramer, 1-2-1. He was the one that lost out until second place due to the 5-second penalty for track limits. He's up to second place. They went 4 abreast again down the back straight. Kramer up to second. Now he's doing plenty of this, chasing the leader in race 1, but it was Jamie Elwood he was chasing. Now he looks to the inside and slingshots past Woodcote, so it should be Kramer that leads across the line. Offler has gone 62 further back than on the 135s, and taking the fastest lap, where 4 drivers take the fastest lap of the race, and one of them is Jamie Elwood, who is now up into 8th position with the fastest lap of the race.
He'll be in the lead by the end of this lap, Scott.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised. That certainly would happen. We've got 77 and 111 back. This is second and third. This is between Giles Derry and Steve Merritt over second and 135s, because they're both allowing Tom McEwing to get away in the lead in front. And then 4th place looks like it's Thomas Gunter. That's the silver car with the turquoise nose up in 4th place to come across the line. 135s won't be as frantic as their 150 brethren, but they certainly do quite a show here. Up the inside to hold second place goes Merritt. Looks like Derry is going to hold on to third with good to try to tack on here. We go again, 3 abreast of the lead down towards Stoke Corner. It's Max in the Max Haynes in the middle, and that's between Kramer and Winrow down towards Stoke Corner. There, by the way, is Jamie Elwood. He's now passing Paul Dobblesley, and also I think the 50, which is of James McCall, who started back in 14th. So he's in that mix. Got past both of them. He's sort of hopping around the base of the top 10. Now I think he's still 8th at this point. A few further back. More fast to go more further back, because that's 181 and 105 sort of positions. That is 181. Just Evan Benson past John Van Alpy. That was a position further back at the base of the 150 runners. Look at the group. See, that lead group is getting bigger and bigger through this race. And we've still got 80.5 minutes. I don't know whether Big Si's still terrified.
Mixture of both, I think, but keeps us on our toes. I think it's about 15 cars now in that lead group, which is half the field, more or less. Here comes the next pack of cars through the front corner. And they're still sat in second position then within class, and in 135s. Will he convert that into the race lead, though? By the time they arrive at Abbey Corner, he's looking on the inside line, and yes, goes through, I believe, the 111 cars. So Steve Merritt, who started second on that grid, to the lead of the class now as they head through towards the loop section. This class looks a little bit more civilised, doesn't it, right now? They're sort of working together, overtaking each other, getting not running 3 abreast through Abbey Corner, for example. Means that the group is a little bit more strung out. Only the 8 cars in the lead group within the
only 8.
So wait to see what that order is at the end of the lap. The 150s are heading to the timing line. We'll get those through momentarily. With the lead change here, maybe, yes, I think it was. That's 49 now, maybe moving to the front. As Jamie Elwood sets the new fastest lap.
2:27.300. He came across the line 6th, and 2 more places gained for him. Stay with this quartet battling over the 135 lead. This is now Gunter looking around the outside of Derry, trying to pick up third. The green and gold car of Derry. Green looks like bronze roll cage for him. Derry trying to chase after him here. The car's just behind him, trying to close in on this battle behind him. I think it's been led by Andrew Bergbaum. They're side by side for the 135 lead by 71 thousandths of a second. Now it's Merritt's turn to take the front. As I think we're almost about to switch back to the F150 in a second. Saw the cameras fading in for a second. But here it is. It's Kramer to the front. Clark in second place. Winrow looking around the outside of Haynes. And there in the lead pack is Jamie Elwood. He's made it up to P5 and he's in that leading group. So incredibly, this could be one of those quite last in the pack, but he could be the ultimate redemption if he can make it stick. He's looking to the inside. That's car number 1, the white car with the black stripe down the middle. That is Jamie Elwood, the multi-time champion, and car number 1 in the mix, in 5th position, and trying to tear his way back to the front. At this rate, Andy, I can see absolutely at least at one point him on check the flag, taking the lead in this race and heading in the front. Especially this one, keep on doing that.
Well, this is the thing. I mean, the 135s, yes, the lead is changing 2 or 3 times a lap, but always on a straight, and by the end of the straight, they've got it sorted out. Whereas in the 150s, they are really weaving around trying to break the toe, defending from each other, side by side through the corners. That's why this lead pack is so sizable. And it's Kramer now back to the front. Winrow second, I think that was. Haynes third as they rounded Village Corner. Yes, so no, Winrow fourth, excuse me. 3 cars with second place, 5th position for Elwood. This is why he is an 8-time Caterham champion. Though you don't win 8 Caterham championships by being the fastest driver necessarily, clearly it's quick, but that's not what counts. It's racecraft. Being able to judge these battles, find the gaps, time the runs, time the moves, and it's that racecraft that's brought him right back into contention. We have still got 15 and a half minutes to go, and he's in the lead battle now, well and truly. He rounds Brooklands and heads for Luffield Corner once again. So great for them with the advantage. Will he stay there till the line though? Well, he's got Haynes in the black 99 car shadowing him as they round Woodcote. There, the man we're talking about, car number 1, Jamie Elwood. I think he was last into comps. I think he fell behind the entire 150 grid and is there in 5th position. And now I sense Scott quite content to just sit there for a bit, let this play out. He doesn't need to get to the front because he probably won't be able to stay there anyway. Just sit with the lead group, bide his time, pick his moments.
I guarantee a few corners will prove that theory absolutely wrong. He will not stay there for any sense at all. But it's absolutely right. And the great thing is that these drivers are racing together for so long. Particularly some of them come up through the same academy classes in the Caterham Motorsport ranks. They do that for so long. The impressive thing about Caterham is it's not just close racing. These guys can race so close and so tight, but they can leave millimetres or centimetres worth of gap between wheels, and they will race clean, no contact, all fair love and war and Caterham racing. It is brilliant to see, and they do this fantastically, and they get at how great camaraderie on top of that. Now, what you said about Elwood, completely been proven wrong. He's going up the inside of Ben Winrow for 4th position, has the place, he's right onto the rear roll cage of Harry Kramer as a result of that. So again, I guess they're possibly going for the lead by the end of the lap there. He's weaving around to try and move. Kramer's gone defensive because he's attacking both Haynes and Stephen Clark in the lead. And we're looking for that switch back to the first part of Club Corner. Power turning their way out through the second part of the club. About 57, it was number 7. There was Rob Warner getting very out of shape after he clattered the curve, trying to get up the inside of James McCall. Couldn't make that stick. Back towards Abbey Corner, round the outside. Max Haynes got the toe, just swept past Ben Winrow, threw it back as the lead he went. With about 3 different leaders, and it's barely half a lap in this race. So, if half a lap in this current situation at the moment, so probably Haynes has it. So everyone else wants it at this point. Here comes Kramer. He just a rear check. I think he might, if he did touch it, it was a small nudge in the rear of the number 3 car. I don't think they've done too much. He did nudge it to dislodge the front nose section, because the nose section on these Caterham was so easy to dislodge and lose. You meant one tiny bit of contact, just dislodging enough for it to start causing a bit of air resistance. Watch for Elwood, watch for the white guys, and dive up the inside and sees Clark firmly close the door, and so Kramer takes full advantage of that, looking right around the outside for second place, and Winrow gets the place back too. He swept round the outside of Brooklands, pushes Elwood, the defending champion and 8-time champion, back to 5th position, but I think we can guarantee he ain't staying there.
No, but that wasn't quite according to the plan, was it? He went to the inside, lost his momentum when the door was slammed in his face, loses that position, but he said opportunities over the final 12 and a half minutes to get that place back. In fact, he's already trying to do so into Cobb's Corner, where Kramer goes for the lead on the inside. Is he going to get through? I don't think so. Stephen Clark will stand his ground on the outside, and it will probably be Max Haynes in third, who gets the best run of the lot out of Cobb's Corner. They're 3 abreast towards Maggots and Beckett. Haynes on the right as we look at it. That will be the inside for Beckett. He's through anyway, so through goes the lead. Here comes Elwood at the inside again, has his nose chopped off. That nearly went very badly wrong. Well, he is trying to move forwards, but putting himself in positions that are risky. Doesn't feel it's worth it. The reward is worth the risk, but it's not quite working for Elwood at the moment. We've got to pit really quickly. struggling to make any further progress.
I'll tell you what, it's a 5-car battle, but look behind them, enter players 6, 7 and 8. This is now going to be, James McCall, Paul Goldstein, and also in there too, Theo Fiasco. They want to get in the mix. Casually 3 wide again through Stowe Corner. Looks like Haynes has held on to the place, but Clark is going to get the undercut here. Also, you can see behind him, Elwood is side by side with Winrow on the front towards the complex 4th position. They're all over each other as they come into the braking zone here. And the next group of cars behind is closing. That's another 5 cars in that group. That's between Willoughby, Witten, Warner, Mara, and Hughes all in the mix there too. That's now first down to 13th, with one big line together. This is further back to some more of our single 150s. This is being led, I think, by Martin Bleach. And he has got a Alpine Brilliant Brian Hewitt. I think also Benson's in there as well. There's not a good 5-car scrap going on here. It's right at the base of the field, but it doesn't matter in that case whether it's in the front, the middle, or the rear. In case you always have something to race with. Speaking of which, here's our 135. Check back in with them, and it is now to the front. It's looking for the 111 back in front. After a long note, no, it's not. In fact, it's yes, it's the 111. So 111 in Solve. Merritt back into the lead, but McEwen completely once again throws him in the lead position. Looking around the outside there is car 10, which is James Hapgood in the purple and yellow machine. Back to RST, I like single 150 again, side by side into Brooklands Corner again. It's now broken up a little bit because I see we've got Kramer and Haynes and Clark. Let's see Clark. Oh, there's Elwood. They're in 6th position. I thought it broke up a little bit. It looks like it's been a bit too much of a skirmish into the arena section, I'm guessing, because the front 3 are broken away. Winrow now heads to the next group with 4 places downwards.
Yeah, yet again, Elwood, strangely, is the one who lost out for all of that, isn't he? So, not counting him out of this by any stretch, but it's not all going to plan. We've got the inside for Stephen Clark. Will he be the leader? No, Max Haynes hangs on for now. This lap set by the number 13 car, meanwhile, which is the 14th place, the number 13 machine. And it goes to show no matter where you are, if you get that toe timed right, then you will have a chance of setting a good lap time. Miles Clarkson proving that in number 13, all the way to the 14th position. Leading that, though, heads out towards the Hanger Straight. There is a 3-car breakaway, I say very tentatively. I don't anticipate they'll stay that far ahead, but if, as I start this sentence, I'm wasting my breath, those leading 3 were to work together, they might have an opportunity to extend that margin. They are not working together because they're side by side for the lead down the Hanger Straight. And to the outside, I think, comes Max Haynes to reclaim the position from Stephen Clark, which he does. Elwood, meanwhile, back to 4th. So Elwood's had a really good run down the Hanger Straight and is right back on terms with the leaders. Yep,
you managed to hoodwink both Winrow and McCall into Stowe Corner. They're 3 abreast again for the lead. It's Haynes defending the inside line, Clark in the middle, and the one stuck on the outside initially is Harry Kramer, but now look, he's latched onto his tail. His arch nemesis from race number 1, that's James Elwood. He's now back into the Lewis Hamilton straightaway go. Clark darts out. He will surely take the lead inside at Abbey Corner unless Haynes is brave enough to try and go around the outside. He is almost sort of trying to go around the outside. He doesn't quite make that stick. We've got to be careful for Kramer and for Elwood. Again, at some point, Elwood will lead this race. So the question is going to be when rather than if. So they come back into the arena section once again, through Village and then through the loop once again. That lead group is all starting to team up a little bit more again. This is further back in that scrap between Leach and 5 and 72. So that's going to be Alpine and 72 and Bryant. So if it's somewhere in that sequence, also Benton and Boats might be a bit further ahead. That's those 2 going through there, just in the front of the shots. They managed to make their way through. They're not far behind the background, up to the 135s. Back with the 150s, up into third has gone Jamie Elwood. He's gone past Kramer on the run towards Brooklands. So now he's in another position game. Potentially puts himself into a possible situation to take the lead, but still on this initial part, on the final part of the lap. And Stephen Clark has got this small gap that Haynes is trying to go with him, as is Elwood, as is also Kramer. So they've got 7.5 minutes to go on this one. They're going to go through down the pit straight. Elwood might go from 3rd to 1st here in the blink of an eye, and the championship leader and defending champion down the inside as he goes for the lead. He's got Kramer side by side with him. Haynes goes past him too and takes 2nd, but in one fell swoop, despite stuttering off the grid at the beginning of the race, Jamie Elwood has charged his way back through to the lead with 7.5 minutes to go. That is why he's an 8-time champion. That is why he carries number 1. And he's completely turned my theory to rubbish, because here goes Max Haynes back into the lead with a few more laps to go.
If you've got a point to make in Caterham Racing, Scott, you need to limit it to 5 seconds at most, because it will have changed by the time you get to the end of the sentence.
I don't do short points, you know that.
Well, yes, so Elwood then loses the lead. We'll probably have it back again there by the time we get to Stowe Corner, I suspect. He's on the outside line into Stowe. He's got the move made and will defend the inside line with into the right hand. Maybe not, because here comes Haynes to the inside now with 99. Wheel to wheel they go there, down through the Vale into the club chicane once again. This is the 8th time of asking. Elwood desperately trying to hang on to the lead. He's just set the fastest lap of the race in taking the lead at the end of the previous lap. For now, can he stay there though for 6.5 minutes? That will take some doing. If anyone can though, it's Elwood.
Yeah, certainly can. Way out to the right hand of the club, back into the Hamilton straight. And here we go again. Elwood having to sit back on the outside line. There goes Haynes Kramer. Kramer makes the inside line work and gets up back into the lead. But that certainly will be temporary with an asterisk. So, as they come back into the complex, once again, this massive lead group of Caterhams, this caterpillar of Caterhams turns its way into the arena section. The right word on that one. Elwood locking up on the inside for second. Kramer has to give him the room and he's squeezed past back in P2. This will put him surely in prime position to latch onto the slipstream. Haynes back down the running the straight to try and retake the lead, but he knows that the car right behind him will go with him, because Kramer will go with him, Wingrove will go with him, and also so will too with Stephen Clark. Side by side, here goes Elwood, and watch for down the outside also going Kramer, Kramer trying to play his move stick. Clark in 4th, Wingrove 5th, now Kramer goes for 2nd, elbowing Haynes out of the way. And we're now back to how it was at square one in race number 1, which is these two all to get both together. Elwood versus Haynes. Back to James Paul in the turquoise number 50. Goldstein 150 car. This is really, if you want to talk about motorsport as being high-speed chess, this is high-speed chess between these guys. It's constant back and forth, punch and counter-punch between these leaders. Kramer was the one showing he's leading across the line, but only by the big margin of 59 thousandths of a second, and now they're back down towards Magnussen. They're all over each other again. It's Haynes for the lead now. It's Clark's gone up to 2nd. Then Kramer 3rd. Elwood will lock up 4th. Winwood 5th, and Goldstein in 6th position. And I can bet you give you a sequence, because as you're right, it's one sequence, one moment, and 5 seconds later they completely change the order once again, and there's still 4.5 minutes left to go.
It's remarkable, isn't it? This is a leading group of, I believe, about 13 cars, and they're changing positions by the corner. 3 abreast again for the lead. Elwood knocked back down to 4th though, so he's not having this all his own way. Third though. Typically, before I finish that sentence, at the inside of Kramer, who was leading at the start of the lap and is now out of the podium positions. It is Max Haynes at the front of the pack then. Or is it? Well, they're 4 abreast. Stephen Clark coming back into this now. Stephen Clark hasn't led for a little while. He'll be feeling that it's about time he changed that. There's a loose rear wheel arch on the 99 of Max Haynes. That will be effective. Down the past the wing towards Abbey Corner. Again, he weaves one way, weaves back the other. Clark, there goes that wing. Oh, it's right in the middle of the road. Gets absolutely demolished by the chasing cars. That wasn't ideal, but at least it's no longer flapping loose on the 99 machine. Who's got the lead? It's Stephen Clark for now, Scott.
The funny thing was on that sequence there, when one of the cars lost its front wheel, I think when it lost it, it then got, as it came off, it clapped into somebody's rear wheel and tore that off as well. So it's one piece of bodywork took off somebody else's, which is, I've never seen that before in Caterham racing, but then I've seen there's many things I haven't seen in Caterham racing, and it's not often many. Right, back to that sort of going on towards the base of the 150s, still mixed. You've got Benton, Vokes, Leach, Ryan, Alpine in there too as well. This is the real scrap here. Now we've got Kramer to the lead, here comes Max Haynes to the inside trying to dart through. Kramer has to give him just about enough room, begrudgingly, but he holds on from the inside for Luffield. And I see JD Elgood trying to go back around the outside of the 24 Wingrove, trying to pick back off for 4th place. And there is only now, hold your breath, 2 laps to go in this race, but anything can happen. I mean, literally anything can happen with these guys, because there's no telling exactly which order they're going to be. I said it earlier in race 1, the worst place you want to be in a Caterham race is ironically leading on the last lap at the last corner, because there is no guarantee you're going to stay there. Wingrove briefly takes the lead in towards Cobb's Corner, might well lose it back to Haynes on the 2nd place. We cut back to this lead that's going on further back, at least back here where they're towards the rear of the field. We really want to see the leaders once again, because that's the closest fight to the front. Going back towards it, there they are, Baggett and Beckett's. It's side by side with Wingrove, who was leading a moment ago. Now he's back to 4th behind Elwood, and also Clark, and also leader Haynes. It changes, you're not kidding, corner by corner, these positions are changing, and there's still a lap and a half to go. Somehow they're going to have to sort out this lot in some kind of order to get a 1, 2, 3 on the podium.
Trying to figure out where you want to be on the last lap. I think you want to be third on the Wellington Straight. I think that's the prime position. Double slick three, round the outside into Brooklands. Oh, Elwood, speaking of on the outside, locks up again. He's been locking up a lot through some of the fast corners as well, like Stowe, like Maggots and Beckett. Both sides he's been locking up as well, so I don't think it's a flat spot. It's just a braking issue. That will put him right back into the next pack of cars, where Kramer is up the inside as well. Oh, clatters into the right. He's been locking up as well, so I don't think it's a flat spot. It's just a braking issue. That will put him right back into the next pack of cars, where Kramer is up the inside as well. Oh, Kramer is up the inside as well. Oh, like Stowe, like Maggots and Beckett. Both sides he's been locking up as well, so I don't think it's a flat spot. I think it's just a braking issue. That will put him right back into the next. Is up the inside as well. Oh, clatters into another car, and that one goes around as well.
That was 50 of Coles.
Yes, it was, wasn't it? Yeah, and I think the 150 was the one that he clattered wheels with first, Paul Goldstein. So it's all sort of a rambling a bit here for Elwood. They will pick their way through the Caterham spare parts bin that's been left down at Abbey Corner, and Stephen Clark's found his way back to the front of the field. Yeah, Elwood is just not going his way. It's one of those races, from the moment the lights went out, he's been facing adversity. He's going to win this race now. It's going to be a heck of a final lap and a half to put himself back in position.
I'm trying to think of P6's Jeremy Elwood, so again, got a right bit of big task. That might help him. That was the number 7 locking up Rob Warner going straight on, so that's one more place he's going back to P5. It is now Stephen Clark. He leads them onto the Wellington Straight for the penultimate time, trying to break the toes as the leading pack eases stakes its way through. Here comes Winrow to the outside. Haynes also getting a toe, trying to shoot the gap between the front two. He'll go to the outside line, trying to follow Winrow on that line. Big lock up again for Winrow, but he does hold the place, going round the outside of Brooklands. He will lead across the line, at least it seems though he will, because he might lose it back to Stephen Clark if he gets a good run off the corner. Elwood's a tiny couple of car lengths back from 4th placed Harry Kramer. Trying to show him, he might have a possible opportunity to get close again. Hold your breath then, final lap of the race, and as we come across the line, does Winrow lead the way across the line? He does, but just by 21 thousandths of a second. 3 wide again down towards Cops Corner, and it was Winrow leading. It's now once again Max Haynes through Cops Corner once more. Kramer onto the back of them. And looks at Elwood is trying to go with them as much as he can. There might be 2 by 2 down towards Maggots, Beckett and Chapel. You always want to look at this race through your hands, because there's so much on which way you look to the battles. You don't want to see what the result is until they cross the line, but these 4 are going to go at it, possibly Elwood in there too as well. These guys are going to go at it all the way to the checkered flag.
Yeah, down the Hanger Straight then for the final time. It's Stephen Clark with an advantage at the moment. Is he far enough ahead to defend that lead into Stowe Corner though? Surely not. Here comes Max Haynes to his outside. Winrow going with him. Haynes then to the lead. Car off in the background through Beckett's. It's avoided the barriers though, thankfully. Winrow will, I think, go second, but I don't think Stephen Clark will be too disappointed about losing this round, because he knows he'll get the slipstream later in the lap. Elwood is there in 4th, Kramer's 5th. It's a 5-car fight for the lead into the club chicane. Oh, and on the inside line it will be, I think, the 99 of Max Haynes that hangs on for now. Elwood on outside. Now he might be able to generate some momentum here to go around the outside of Clark for 3rd. He has now. I said 3rd place on the Wellington Straight is the place to be. Has Elwood put himself in prime position where a couple of corners away from the Wellington Straight, but when we get there, he could still be a factor for the win.
If JD wins this, I'll be absolutely astonished. They're going to go on to the last
So will
half
JD
of
Elwood.
I think so with everybody at this point. So Max Haynes leads it then with half a lap to go. It's still Winrow in 2nd place. Here comes Elwood in the outside line to take 2nd. Tries to dart to the inside. Can't do it because he's got Stephen Clark right there, but he does defend the position. Now this is going to be the crunch point here. How good is the exit of these guys out of the left-hander, out of the loop and on towards Wellington Straight for the final time? Look through your hands, breathe in, cross everything so we get through this cleanly and we find a winner somehow. Onto the Wellington Straight for the final time. Haynes is in that unenviable position. It's a car off at the chicane in the mix towards the battle end of the 150s. He's now side by side for 3rd, but here goes Ben Winrow to the outside. He's very close under brakes, looking around the outside. Big lockup. Can he hold on to it? He'll have the inside line for Luffield. Can't get it stopped. And so it will be Max Haynes who goes back into the lead. Now he might possibly lose out on the sprint to the flag. He might have to get the cameras out. It could well be a classic Caterham photo finish. Here comes Winrow versus Haynes up towards the line. Clark is actually gone, as is also Elwood and as is also Kramer, but he sprints to the line. Who's it going to be? Winrow or Winrow or Haynes across the line, and go, and it's going to be at the flag Haynes will get it on the timing screen by 43 1,000 a second in another classically chaotic but brilliant Caterham race once again. Haynes takes the victory, Winrow in second, it's Clark who gets third in the end, Elwood back up to fourth after a stuttering start, and Harry Kramer rounds out the top five. The first five cars came across the line separated by half a second, and this is